certainly you can discuss those with the attorney that helps out the business. But yeah, you have obviously anti-discriminatory laws for hiring and firing. So you have to be cognizant of those. You may have laws that pertain to your particular business. You may have licensing issues where there may be a holder of a main license and then other licensees that work under. Just to give you an example, a real estate company. So real estate company has to have the broker or a broker as an owner, and then you have either broker associates working under you or agents, and you have to worry about everybody's license that's working there and that is performing a service that would come under the purview of someone that has to be licensed to perform that service. So you've got to be really cognizant of licensing laws. You have to be aware. Usually the fact of the matter on that is that the person would have at least a basic knowledge of it, because the owner, who is the broker, has to have passed a course and passed a test to get their broker's license. And I'm a licensed Florida broker for real estate as well. So I know that in the tests they put in there that you have to be aware of these licensing requirements. Here are the licensing requirements for not only the broker, but also for the broker associates and for the agents. And here's what they can do and they can't do. And here's problems that you may run into with their licensing. So you have licensing issues, you've got anti-discriminatory issues. You may run into clients that have certain restrictions on what they can do and what they can't do. And that may affect the way you do business with them. Just to give you an example, so I represent a lot of community associations, so HOAs, condos, co-ops. If you have a vendor that is dealing with those businesses, you have to understand that those, even though they're not for profit, they're considered to be businesses in the state of Florida. So you have those businesses, and within those corporations, there are specific laws that relate to how those associations can run. And those may very well affect how the vendor has to bid, how the vendor has to perform, how the vendor is to get paid. And so you have laws that affect your clientele that will in fact affect you as well. So those are all different types of, kind of the scope of laws and statutes that you kind of have to look out for. And that's also too where the advice of counsel is very important. Now, do you need to know, memorize all the statutes because you're doing business with an HOA? Do you have to, have memorized Florida Statute 720? Of course not. But there are some issues that deal with vendors and with bidding. And so those might be helpful to know prior to executing the contract, because the contract may violate the statute, and then you say, the association's attorney at some point goes, oops, we can't do what we were saying because we're in violation of the statute. And so we have to change things around. So it'd be nice to know beforehand and say, wait, you have this contract that says X, Y, and Z, but you can't do that according to your to the Florida statutes. Or you may have governing documents where you don't have an authorized person of the association that are actually executing those, so you can't enforce those.